All right.
Well, just good what needs.
So now that we've almost fully explored High Wall, believe it or not, we're almost done. We're going to reinforce our broadsword here because I'm going to be using, well, I have to remember I'm not going to build this like my two main characters I have right now. This character is going to have a different build. I don't really want to talk about what build I am going to have with this character yet because I really can't do it right now. Oh boy. You know what? I'm just gonna do the broadsword.
Forgive me, I don't want that.
It might be a mistake in the long run. It's not a mistake. I'm just saying it's a mistake for me in the long run because of the way I'm gonna be building my character. But I think I'm gonna keep with the longsword for a little bit. And we're also gonna get our free level up. Oh, free 2 level ups. Excuse me. Let me think here. I think 15 strength the way we're gonna go. I'm going for a set number of strength and dexterity right now. And once I get that set number, I'm going to be going for endurance and vigor until they're at least 30-25. Because then I should have absolutely no problems until way late in the game from health and stamina. And that's good to me. That looks, I think I made the right choices here. Now, believe it or not, it's almost boss fight time. It's almost boss fight time. Whoa, we're actually going to get to fight a boss? Hell yeah, we are. And if this game could load any faster, that'd be nice. And it is getting very hot in here. I might just have to leave my fan on. I'll just deal with it. Alright. Now, there are no more shortcuts or bonfires in this level. Now, we are at the end. We are at the end. The end run is what I'll call it. We have one more stretch to go before we make it to the boss. And I'm going to freaking attack the crap out of you. Oh god. I'm getting bullied. I just got bullied right there. And I also didn't upgrade my Estus flask. I just had to deal with it. There's no turning back now. Oh, item. Throwing knives. Thank God I dropped the elevator for that. I'm also embered. I don't really want to lose this ember. Should I go back and upgrade my S's? I think 3 should be fine, hopefully. If I use too many on my way there, I think I'll head back. There is a few more stuff we have to pick up before we go fight the boss. In Dark Souls games, you want to fully explore an area as much as possible before you enter any boss arenas because you'll just have you'll just have an easier time. And is he chasing me? Oh god, they come up anywhere. I thought you had to kill him. Oh, there was no point in me running then. Alright, one at a time. You with the longsword need to die. You need to die. And you all the way over there, I know you're not harming a soul, but you need to die anyway. And another thing I guess I'll do is I'll send the elevator. I said I'll send the elevator back up there, just in case I need to come back. Which it looks like I'm going to have to make another trip to Firelink Shrine at least one more time. But not before I pick up the rest of the items. Going up here, if you were yelling at your TV screen or computer screen or your iPod screen or cell phone screen, telling me that I skipped that path, don't worry, I know I did. I just wanted to get the shortcut first. Because these items aren't really that useful other than that ring of sacrifice. Yeah, that ring of sacrifice we got. And there is another. Oh, you freaking crossbowman! How dare you be a jerk? And ow, actually hit me. I thought my serpentine was big enough there, but I guess not. And that was not a backstab either. I hate my life. There is also another reason we do have to go back for as well. I have to go back and actually use the cell key I got. Don't worry, I did not forget. I just forgot. If that makes any sense. Yeah. We're not going to be able to fight the boss with our current stats here. Alright, so this way is the boss fight. And if you only have one Estus flask, like I do, you don't want to go this way. Instead, we are going to go this way and face our fears. Oh god. Oh god. Oh fuck. It's time to face our fears. It's time to fight these guys. Oh, +1 broadsword. It's time to lead me to victory. Ooh. Oh, and you're done, son. You are done. These knights, there are 4 of them here. 2 walking this path. Do not aggro that one unless you want to fight him, but I am not going to fight him. He has a spear and great shield. I want none of that life. You could also go up here, skipping those 2 knights, and fight this knight instead, which is just the exact same knight we just fought. But I find these knights to be a lot easier if you don't fuck. Stop. I just want to hit you. Is that so wrong? Will you stop having longer range than me because you have better equipment? God, you're so mean. But he's dead. The mean person's dead. And here we get a Lucerine, I guess? It's just a halberd. I never used it before. One of my friends used it. He says it's a really cool item. He killed an invader with it. So you might want to give it a try on one of your extra characters, because you know you can't just play through Dark Souls once. There are so many options you can do for characters. You could do all kinds of crazy builds, and you can make all kinds of crazy characters. Now, this is where we want to go first, because there's a lady in here. Let's talk with Mr. Lady. Mr. Lady. Ooh boy. Let's talk with Miss Lady here.
The wait has been long, unkindled one. I am Emma, High Priestess of Lothric Castle. Allow me to speak frankly. You will not find the Lords of Cinder here. They have left, gone, to their churning homes, converging at the base of this castle. Head to the bottom of the high wall. Forge on through the great gate and raise this banner to proceed. This farewell gift is for you. It is the insignia of an old covenant. If you fear trespassers, dark spirits drawn by the embers, then etch this upon your heart, and the old Concord will beckon noble blue sentinels to hunt these foul spirits. Unkindled one, go through the grip, but be the vile one.
Alright. So this lady here will give us a banner, which is required to continue on with the game, and she'll give you a covenant item. Covenant items used to be rings, now they're their own item. Covenant items, when you equip these items, you become part of that covenant, and each covenant does its own thing. The way of the blue covenant is when you equip this item and you are invaded by an enemy player, a real player wanting to fuck you over and stop your progress and kill you for fun. I know, how dare those people do that. If you have this equip, you will summon a blue covenant person that will automatically get summoned. You don't have to do anything. They will automatically get summoned if there's any nearby, and they will come and help you fight that invader. Now, invading, PvP, I don't want to talk about that too much right now because we haven't experienced it yet. I do have some stuff to say. I do have thoughts to say about PvP and all that stuff. But I'll leave it to your imaginations. And there's also one more thing we could do with this lady. You could kill this lady. And if you kill this lady, why don't you guys at home give it a try? All you new people that haven't made it this far yet and are watching this series, which at this point is probably nobody, kill her. You'll get a fantastic surprise. I'm not going to do it because the surprise she gives me is something I do not need. But for all you newbies out there, kill her and you'll get a fantastic surprise. Don't forget to kill her, newbies. Alright, so now that we got all that, there is another knight over there. That knight is a blue knight, and he is a very strong opponent. So strong, I don't want to deal with him right now. You can, he is killable. You are also very killable if you fight him, but you can kill him, and he does drop a very useful item, which if you're going down quality build, which is a type of build you could do, if you are going to make a quality build character, then you should kill him because he gives you the item to pull it off this early in the game. If you don't, you will have to wait till later. More on that when we actually get the item he has. So as I was saying before we entered there, there are all kinds of builds you could do. If you play through Dark Souls on just one character and beat the game, then congrats, but you should try playing through the game again with a different character and have them do different stuff because there's so many options you can do in this game. And that's a really big reason why I like Dark Souls so much, Demon Souls and Bloodborne. Well, this really doesn't portray the Bloodborne too much. But in Demon Souls and Dark Souls, they give you a lot of options on how you want to build your character to face the challenges ahead. And it adds new challenges, and it helps you deal with challenges sometimes. This depends on how you want to build your character. If you want to be a mage, if you want to just go straight melee, if you want to just use nothing but bows, try it out. It's a lot of fun. I like it a lot. I like making a lot of characters in Dark Souls. I have not beat this game yet. My main character is really far. But I still have to go back and beat the game on my main character. And I also have a second character that's actually doing all the side stuff. Now, sorry to stop myself short here, but this is where the first boss is. Summon sign just got placed underneath me. Now there's a bunch of things we could do here. We could go and fight this boss right now with our current equipment. With our current stats, our 2 Estus Flask and our 1 Estus Shard that I haven't used yet. And we could go attempt this boss. We could summon a person to help us, which that's the one thing I want to talk about before I head into this boss room. I am not going to be summoning people for boss fights. No. I am not going to be summoning people for a few boss fights. But there are boss fights in this game where I will summon either a player or the AI to help me. Because a few boss fights in this game can be pretty challenging without help. This isn't one of them, don't worry. But I am going to attempt every boss by myself at least, because, you know, it's not fun if you summon people to help you right off the bat. If you have never tried fighting a boss before, give it an attempt by yourself a couple times. Because that's the true experience of Dark Souls. Playing through the game by yourself and learning it. That's the true experience. And because I actually talked myself in, we're going to go fight this boss. 1 Estus Flask. No, very little. Blue bar missing. 1,376 souls in our arsenal. We're gonna do it. We're gonna fight this boss. Make sure you use your collapse emote before we begin, and send a prayer because Dark Souls is about to get real. We're about to experience the trueness of Dark Souls. Prison Stone, guide my way. Oh my god, it resetted my item placement. Say hello to Bort of the Boreal Valley. This guy is not as hard as I was making it seem, but this is the first real boss of Dark Souls. This is the first guy that can give you trouble, and I am fighting this guy without any healing items. Oh boy. Now, for here, your shield is completely useless. Don't even attempt using your shield on this guy. In fact, what you want, the strategy for this guy is not to kick him like I just did. What you want to do is you want to roll into him every time he attacks, because he will never hit you when you roll into him, and most of the time you will end up behind him. And once you roll through his attack and get behind him, you could attack him and do some damage. Now here is his second phase. His second phase, he will glow white. Yeah, he will glow white like this, and he will become a jerk. He will charge across the room like he did. You just have to roll once, and he will also breathe ice at you. Now, ice is a new status element in the game, and oh, he's dead. I killed him. I wasn't even done explaining the fight, and he died. Bort, he's actually not really a hard boss, but he might catch you off guard, especially if you're like a shield user that relies on their shields, because this fight you don't want to use shields, you want to use rolling. Now, Bort does inflict a new status element that was introduced in this game, and it's called Frostbite. What Frostbite does, if you get inflicted on you, it makes your stamina recover very slowly. It reduces your stamina recovery speed, which is very bad when you fight Vort, because you need stamina. You need your stamina up constantly. And yes, we did it. We defeated the second boss in Dark Souls, the first real boss that you're probably going to have trouble with, Vort. I think it's time for us to head back to Firelink Shrine and celebrate. When you kill bosses in this game, you will get a large number of souls, and you will also get the soul of the boss, which you could crunch for extra souls, as we've been doing with these little baby souls here. Or you could save the boss souls, and later in the game you'll be able to do something cool with them. So the way I play these games is I don't crunch any souls. I don't crunch any of these baby souls here until I beat a boss and get the large soul. You get the large amount of souls from the boss. Once I kill a boss, I will come back to Firelink Shrine and crunch all the souls that I collected during the level. and that will give me more souls, and then I will use all those souls to level up. And I forgot to do something there as well. I will do that probably right now because that's important. But first, I'm gonna level up. That's just how I play these games. When I kill a boss, I crunch all the souls I've collected and then do nothing but level up because you'll get nothing but huge level ups. There's also something else I wanted to do too, but the character that I wanted to do it with is not here. So I guess we're just going to have to put 1 point in endurance. Actually, no. 1 point in strength and 2 points in stamina. No. 1 point in stamina, 1 point in health. Yes, that looks good to me. Alright, there you go. Now we're level 19 with the first boss dead. And before I end off this session, I am going to go and do the last thing that we could do at the wall. Because believe it or not, we completed the High Wall of Lothric. And we can now move on to the next level of the game, which is a very fun level. But we'll do that next session. This session's almost done. I've been at this session for about an hour and 7 minutes now. Took me an hour and 7 minutes, including with all the clowning around I did at the beginning of the session, to complete High Wall Lothric, which isn't too bad. Well, I haven't finished it yet. We're still going because there's still one more thing I need to do here, which is actually very important. I highly recommend you do what I'm about to do right now. And what we're about to do is we're about to explore the one area that I did not explore. Because that area can now be fully completed. Like I said earlier, there are items we could collect down here, but we can't collect everything down here, so it was a waste of... I think it's a waste of time. And also the items down here aren't really that special anyway, unless you really want to use the item you get down here. But there is a great importance that we want to come down here for. I say it's a great importance. It actually is really important. Oh my god, at least he died. There's something useful down here, I should say, that you want to come and grab. Because it will help you in the long run. Now there, we got some throwing knives. Come over here, this dude will be attacking the wall. If you snuck up on him by walking, you could have got a backstab. But I didn't feel like doing that. Here we could get a mail breaker, which is a very, very crappy sword. I believe the sorcerer, or yeah, I think the sorcerer starts off with this goddamn thing. Yeah, I hate this weapon. Not only does it have crap damage, and but it's just so bad. I hate it. That's why I don't like playing a sorcerer. Because sorcerers do start off with that weapon, and yeah, you get to cast magic and stuff, but it's not really worth it. But here it is. This is why we came down here. This is why you wanted to get the cell key and the Estus shard. Because in here, do not attack this dude. This is a NPC. Don't attack him. He's friendly.
Ah. You're no jailer, are you? No, you're from far away. And judging by the bell, you must be some of that unkindled ash. Remarkable. If that's true, then I have a favor to ask. Below the high wall is a musty little town. Not the home of any lord, just a very old settlement of undead. An old woman, Loretta, lives there. Please, give her this ring. I'm not asking for charity. In fact, if you do this for me, I'll be sure to repay you in kind. I may be a petty thief, but I've more wits than most royalty. What do you say then, huh? Very well. I humbly place my faith in you. I am Grey Rat of the Undead Settlement, and I promise to assist you. Give this ring to old Loretta at the base of the high wall. Do your part, and I'll do mine.
Alright, so coming in here and talking with this guy, you will get a blue tearstone ring that even though you promise to take this to somebody, you can still wear it as much as you want. Now, this will begin a pretty useful NPC quest that I highly recommend you start and continue because he's actually a really useful person, believe me or not. And I'm pretty sure a lot of you out there who have played the game know how useful he is. And for all you people out there who don't know how useful he is, well, you're probably going to see how useful he is during this playthrough. And with that, we've completed Highwall Lothric. Not completely, there is another area of treasure that I have not gotten yet, but we will do that later, and I believe that dude up there's coming down, so it's time to equip my homeward bones. No, let's just run back, that's just being lazy. Hey, ow! I just came up to say hi and you throw a knife at me. What a jerk. And he didn't even drop anything either. Wow. 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 Oh boy. Enemies are such jerks in this game. I cannot stress that enough. And we're going to be seeing a lot of jerkish enemies as we progress. But yep. Now, once you talk to that dude in the prison cell, he will actually get teleported to Firelink Shrine. Now, a lot of NPCs will do this as you progress through the game. You will talk to them in the overworld, or, you know, as you progress through the game, and they will teleport to Firelink Shrine, and...
Oh, hello, you're back. And in one piece. Well, now it's time I do my part. Whatever trinket you need, speak up. Just don't ask me where I got them.
they will become vendors. So, yep. This is why you want to save this dude. He sells some pretty cool stuff. For example, he sells 3 more embers. And he sells blood red moss clumps, which reduces bleeding buildup. This is the only character that sells blood red moss clumps, which is why you really want to save him. Because once we get to areas that, you know, inflict bleed on you, which is a very, very annoying status element, you will want to have a few of these handy. He also sells really good weapons. Here, if you pick the character that's not the knight and want to use a longsword, here you go. You could get a longsword here, or you could farm them off the enemies that have longswords. Ow, that was me moving. I hit my desk. He also sells a bastard sword, just in case you want to use 2-handed weapons. Here you go, the bastard sword. There's actually a better weapon than the bastard sword in the high wall that you could get if you're planning on using great swords, but we'll go collect that later because I am not confident right now in my ability of doing that. And yeah, you can get maces, spears, and you can even get a crossbow. But you could also get a 100% physical shield. What's the difference between this shield and the one we got in High Wall? Well, the one in High Wall has a different weapon skill, which sucks. You want to have a shield with a weapon skill of parry, because it just helps you in the long run. He also has different armor you could buy, and he sells standard arrows. Oh man, this dude's a hero. Now we could buy standard arrows at long last and don't have to use that crappy wooden arrow bullshit that the other shopkeep sells. He also sells fire arrows, which are not useful. Believe me, they're actually not that useful. And he sells standard bolts just in case you want to go crossbow. And yep, that's it. He's another vendor with some pretty useful items. And just like the other shopkeeper over there, if you continue his quest line, he gets even more goodies. And what do we like in Dark Souls games? We love goodies. But speaking of goodies, it's time for this goodie to come to a close. We beat High Wall Lothric with only a few deaths, but we killed the boss on our first try, even though I fought him like 7 to 8 times. But it was still a fun old time. So thank you guys for watching if you did. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video. And join me in the next part. Because in the next part, we will go to the next level of the game. The Undead Settlement.